Hi everyone, and welcome to this yoga routine for your back, where we're going to focus on some Hatha yoga poses today, which will help to strengthen and stretch your back. As normal, you might need a yoga block or a cushion throughout this routine, and you'll need a strap of some sort as well. So you can use a belt or any kind of strap-like item. If you don't have anything like that, though, don't worry, you can still manage the pose without it. It will just help to make it a little bit more stretchier if you do have one. So we're going to start this routine lying down on the back. Whenever you're ready, you can make your way there. Slowly rolling your spine down. And we'll find a little Shavasana pose here by having the arms and the legs spread nice and wide apart. Palms are facing up. Chin is slightly tucked towards your chest. Jaw is relaxed. Facial muscles are soft. And the hardest part is over now that you've made it to your yoga mat. So take a big congratulatory breath in. And as you exhale, just let something go. And we'll do that a few more times, just getting rid of any tension from your body. And now you can start to bring a little bit of movement back, maybe moving your fingers and toes, rotating through your wrists and ankles if that feels good. And we'll make our way into our next pose, which is called half bridge pose. So you're bringing a bend into your knees, so your heels comes in towards the hips. Now the hands will reach down as if they're trying to touch the back of the heels. It's okay if they don't make it, don't worry. And then we're going to press our lower back into the mat so you can feel it flush to the floor. And you want to try keep that position in your hips as you lift them up towards the sky. Now keep looking up, don't turn your neck to the left or the right. Keep pushing your hips high up into the sky. This is really helping to strengthen the muscles in your back. And we're going to stay here for about 30 seconds. You can keep your hands as they are, reaching towards your feet, or you might interlock your fingers and walk your shoulder blades in towards each other. And keep taking those deep breaths in to swell your entire belly. And as you exhale, try not to allow your hips to sink. Take one more breath here. Lift your hips a little bit higher. And then as you exhale, just start to roll down one vertebrae at a time, bringing your back to the mat. And once the hips land, you can bring your knees in towards your chest, wrap your arms around your legs. Don't cross your ankles here, keep your feet beside each other, and just give yourself a little hug. Another little congratulations for showing up and for doing this yoga practice. Now you can stay here in this air releasing pose, or if you want to take the stretch a little bit deeper into your lower back, we will come into happy baby pose. So you're bringing your knees wider than your torso. Arms come inside of the legs, and then your hands can come to hold either your shins, your ankles, or the outside or the inside of your feet. Eventually then making your feet parallel to the ceiling. And imagine that your feet are trying to touch the sky, but at the same time your hands are gently pulling them back down towards the earth. And we'll be here for about 1 minute. You can find stillness in your happy baby pose, or you can gently rock the baby from side to side, maybe massaging through those back muscles. Wherever you are, try to keep your awareness with your breath, taking big breaths in to stretch your body, and then long breaths out to release tension. Here again, relaxing your jaw, softening your face, uncrunching your neck, and taking one more big breath in. When you're ready to exhale, you can slowly release the pose, bringing your legs out long onto the yoga mat. And setting ourselves up for our next pose, which is fish pose. So the feet are together and the toes are pointed up towards the ceiling. We're bringing our palms face down in underneath the hips. And then we're lifting the head to look at the feet. From here, you can start to walk your elbows closer to each other, propping yourself up onto them. And then walk the elbows as far or as close together rather as they can go. Now we're taking a big breath in to open up the chest, slide back slightly on your hands, and then try to bring the crown of your head back down onto the mat. Now if it doesn't make it, that's okay. You can place a cushion there. But as long as you're not in any pain or extreme discomfort, it is okay for your head just to hang here. We're going to be here for 30 seconds, taking advantage of the fact that the lungs can open here with each breath in. And with each breath out, they're getting rid of any stale air. Now to come out of fish pose, very slowly start to tuck your chin towards your chest again so you can see your feet. And then we'll remove one hand at a time. Slowly roll your back down onto the mat, finding corpse pose or shavasana pose, and just letting your body digest all the poses we've done so far. And now gently bringing a little bit of movement back into your body. You might even take a full body stretch here, reaching your arms up past your head, stepping your feet back beside each other and making yourself really long, stretching through every muscle, lengthening your spine. Keep breathing, keep stretching. And with an exhale, you can let everything go. From here, we'll pick ourselves up nice and slowly, eventually coming to find a cross-legged seat on the mat. Now we'll be sitting here for about 2 or 3 minutes, so if you want to sit on a cushion or a yoga block, it will make sitting on the floor that little bit easier. And this is where you will need your strap if you have one. We're going to practice cow face arms, which is a really good pose to open up the back of the upper back and the shoulders as well. Also really good for your posture. It helps to straighten out the upper spine. So to practice cow face arms, we'll place this strap over one of our shoulders. Now reach your right arm out in front of you and push the fingers away. Now bring this right arm all the way back until it won't go back anymore. Then turn your thumb down, bend your elbow and find your strap. Now you're either holding your strap on your spine or you're just trying to get your hand as close to your spine as you can get it and as high up as is comfortable. Then your left arm reaches up, bend your elbow and find your strap. If you don't have a strap, you're just trying to touch your fingers to each other. It might not happen and that's okay. And if you do have your strap, you might be walking your hands a little bit closer to each other along it. Again, this left hand is as close to the spine and as far down as you can comfortably have it. And we want to make sure that we can keep this top elbow pointed up. We can keep the back nice and straight. The neck is long and the chin might be tucked slightly to the chest. We're going to stay here for about 60 seconds. That might be 6 really nice full breath cycles. Breathing into your belly, your chest, your throat. Exhaling from the belly, from the chest, and from the throat. And before we move on, making sure that top elbow is still pointed up and you're still sitting nice and tall. Take one more big breath in. And when you're ready to exhale, you can start to release your grip from the strap. Bring both hands back out in front and just take a moment here to process or observe whatever is happening within your back and your shoulders. We'll repeat on the other side now. So your left hand comes out, push it away, bring it back, turn the thumb down, bend the elbow and find your strap. Right arm reaches up, bend the elbow and find the strap. So finding that position which works for you for your strap, or you're just asking your fingers to walk towards each other. Top elbow stays pointed up, spine is nice and long, and your chin is tucked slightly to your chest. We're going to stay here for 60 seconds or for however long is sustainable for you. Checking in on the top elbow, making sure it's pointed up. Spine is nice and tall. Take one more big breath in. And exhale to slowly release your grip, bringing the hands back in front. And again, you can just find some stillness here, or you might want to rotate through your shoulders, maybe stretch out the neck. You can remove your strap for now and come to sit with your legs long in front of you. Our next pose is a seated forward fold, another really nice pose to lengthen and stretch through your spine. So we're going to be sitting like so. You can sit on a cushion or yoga block if you need to. And then inhale to lengthen up through your spine. And as you exhale, just fold forward. Imagining you're trying to touch your nose to your knees, but not forcing anything, just letting gravity do the work. Hands can rest either on your shins or maybe on the mat, whatever feels more natural for you. We'll be here for 1 minute. Noticing how each inhale lifts you slightly out of the fold, but each exhale might help you to sink a little bit deeper. Now making sure your jaw is relaxed, face is soft. Take one more big breath in. Exhale to sink a little bit deeper. And now using your next breath in, you can start to lift yourself back up. From here, bringing the shoulders up towards the ears and dropping the hands back behind you with your fingers facing forward. Now, if your wrists and shoulders allow, you can lift your hips up into the air. If this feels too heavy, you can take a bend into your knees and very gently drop your head back. Staying here just for 10, 9, 8, 7, keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips can slowly make their way back to the mat. And from here, we'll come to lie on the front of the body. First of all, just finding a little resting position in crocodile pose. So you can make a little pillow with your hands. Rest either a cheek or your forehead onto your hands. Bring your big toes to touch each other and allow your heels to drop out towards the edges of the mat. Allow every muscle in your body to relax. Allow your bones to feel heavy. We're just taking a few breaths here, allowing the body to digest everything that we've done so far. Now we'll come into Cobra pose next. Baby Cobra, that is. So our feet will stay together and the top of the feet will stay pressing into the mat. Your palms can come next to your chest, and then inhale to peel your chest and hands up off of the mat. Relax your shoulders down and away from your ears. Use each inhale to lift yourself up a little bit higher if you can, and try to maintain that height through your exhale, so don't collapse back down. We'll be here for about 30 seconds. Another really nice pose to strengthen through your back. And as a little bonus here, you're massaging all your internal organs, especially your digestive system. One more big breath in, maybe lifting up a little higher if you can. And then exhaling to bring yourself slowly back down into crocodile pose. Big toes find each other again. And if you were looking one direction the last time you were in crocodile pose, you might look to the other direction this time. Resting here and just feeling whatever you feel. Now this time we'll come into Cobra pose. So the feet are about mat width distance apart. Hands come back next to the chest. This time the hands stay on the mat as the upper body slowly peels off the floor. Now you can keep your elbows bent here. Look straight ahead, or for more of a stretch you can look diagonally up. Find your breath and keep sending it all the way down to the tip of your tailbone. We're here for about 60 seconds, but if you need to come down earlier, that's okay. Doing really good work here for your lower back. Feeling that compression is going to help to bring lots of new energy into the area. Get rid of any blockages. Let's check in on the jaw again. Make sure it's soft. Relax your face. Take one more big breath in. And when you're ready to exhale, slowly peel yourself back down onto the floor. Staying here for just a moment. And now when you're ready, you can start to pick yourself back up into child's pose. So your knees can be together here. Big toes are together, and then you're sitting on your heels if you can. If you can't, you can have a cushion or a yoga block in underneath your hips. Now your forehead comes down towards the floor, or it can rest onto your hands. If you're not using your hands, they can rest palms up next to your feet, or you can stretch them out in front of you. Just allowing the back to round over your knees here. Finding your breath. And if your mind has wandered away, just bring it back here to your body, back to your breath. And when you're ready to do so, you can start to slowly pick yourself back up. And when you're there, you can come to sit with your legs long in front of you. Ending this practice with a half-spinal twist. So since we're sitting on the mat, you can sit on a cushion or yoga block. And then you're bringing your right foot to the outside of your left knee. Left leg can stay long, or to go a little bit deeper into the hips, you can bend your left knee as well. So now your left foot is over beside your right hip. You want to make sure you can still feel both of your seat bones pressing into whatever you're sitting on. Don't sit on your foot. Now the right hand will come in behind the tailbone as close as you can get it, and the right arm acts like a pillar here to straighten up your back. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Big inhale to stretch up. And as you exhale, rotate towards the right, hooking your elbow to your knee. And then very slowly from the base of your spine all the way to the crown of the head, you might start to twist. So maybe you can look back behind you. 3 long breaths here now. Each inhale lengthens your spine, and each exhale helps you to twist. Let's slowly make our way back to center. Undoing the legs and maybe just shaking them off here. Rotating your ankles, whatever you need to do. To repeat on the other side, we'll bring our left foot to the outside of the right knee. Maybe or maybe not bend this right leg as well. Seat bones pressing into whatever we're sitting on. Left arm acts as a pillar this time. Inhale to reach the right arm up. Exhale to rotate to the left. And very slowly start to twist. And we'll start to make our way slowly back to center. You can unravel your legs and again shake them out. Now, if you do have more time to spend on your mat, I would definitely recommend that you spend a few minutes in Shavasana pose now. I do have a video that will help you with that if you do want to practice Shavasana pose now. Otherwise, you can just come into a seat on your mat. We'll close out this practice just by taking 3 calming and nourishing breaths together. So you might lengthen up through your spine if you can, relaxing your shoulders away from your ears, closing your eyes or softening your gaze. Let's take a big breath in to expand the body, and a long breath out to let something go. 2 more times like that. And if you're ready, you can open up the eyes again. So thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I hope you found it beneficial and you're feeling good in your back now. If you did like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel as well. I would really love to practice with you again in the future. If you're interested in going that little bit deeper into your yoga practice and doing some full length routines as well, I do that all inside my membership. So if you'd like to know more, you can click the join button below this video. I'll see you soon on the mat, but until then, take good care and goodbye.